I believe that it was Gordon Gekko who once said that greed is good. And I mentioned that today when I look at Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone for the PlayStation 1, because not only is it an odyssey of platforming 3D revelations, it's also an allegory to greed itself and how acquiring all those different spells and tokens across the game actually make Harry Potter somewhat of a ruthless character within the Hogwarts lore.
In a time where games were continuously disappointing us with RPGs like Final Fantasy X, first-person shooters like Halo Combat Evolved, and Grand Theft Auto 3 trying to make a leap into the 3D realm and just kind of missing the mark, one movie tie-in game decided to come in and shake up the formula, shake up the genres, shake up the entire video game medium like no other title had ever done, or has ever done.
Whether it's Bertie Bott's every flavoured beans or the many chocolate frogs that Harry can acquire throughout his time in this game, it seems to me that these are not only a positive reinforcement for himself to acquire these, but it's also a social currency that he can use to manufacture a sense of power over the other students within Hogwarts.
Wingardium Leviosa!
On the surface, yes, this is a movie tie-in with a children's movie based on a fantasy novel by some horrible writer, but on the other side, it's a game that steps away from its source material and becomes something completely removed from the canon in which it's adapted from.
Quidditch games aren't going to win themselves alone purely based off of skill. That's just not how this game works, and it's clear to me that using these social constructs, Harry is not only allowing himself to climb the social ladder, but is also making himself the most ruthless sorcerer there has ever been.
It follows similar beats from the movie and the story, but it spins them in its whole new way, making it an exciting journey for even the most die-hard fans of the series. The core similar beats of Harry at school learning Quidditch and eventually fighting Voldemort are there, of course, but inclusions are made that were just not in the book or even in the film that it kind of really takes you by surprise that this small game, well, I say small game in the scheme of things, it's a huge game to me, decided to take you back to Diagon Alley midway through the game. And what could have been a move that brings the pace to a screeching halt, but really it expands upon this universe as you get to expand upon your relationship with Hagrid, one of the core characters of the game.
There you are. I hope you did well in your herbology class. Harry, can you fetch me some fire seeds from a rare plant in the forest?
To the feeble-minded, a chocolate frog is just a tasty, delicious treat, but to Harry Potter it's something more, it's a symbol. It is the idea that the chocolate frog can embody something so solid, but be packed into something so hollow.
Harry Potter knows when to overindulge in its game mechanics and when to just reel it back a bit, especially with the exploration. You know, sure, Zelda gives you that iconic jingle and it's, oh, well done, you've stumbled across a crack in the wall. But Harry Potter doesn't want to treat you like a child. There are bookcases hidden from you that only the eagle-eyed would be able to see as what they are, which is a secret passage into a whole new level for you to explore. All of this said, and we're not even close to covering all the gameplay that this short few-hour game manages to cover. Extreme sports are tackled with Quidditch and even the parkour you can do around the entire castle.
Like many heroes across the world, a symbol carries a certain power, a certain weight to it that not only grants fear in the hearts of those you're trying to overthrow in the social hierarchy, but also a sign of respect. And ultimately, Hogwarts is about the road to respect.
From the sound effects, the graphical presentation and the fidelity of these graphics, not even for the time today as well, the changes in gameplay, the cinematics, and of course the story that doesn't even remotely compare to the story of the film or the book, is a game that stands the test of time forever. Perhaps that's the reason we've never even seen a remaster or a remake of this game, because can you really improve upon perfection?